teeth and lengthy cable hidden in the cabinet, to metamorphosize his twisted rope into an alphabet, to lay the lazy C upon the shabby wooden floor to rest, to send the end across the top, to bend the C into an S, to curve the tail beneath S to turn the tangle to a B, to hug the wretched root around the fiber suffocatingly. To rap again, to give the coil 7 loops, to penetrate the yawning hoop, to tug the loose its pedage through, to yank the knot until it's ready for the job it's got to do, to toss the braid above the ceiling beam, and to affix the noose. To bid adieu to all of you, until there's nothing left to do but climb the chair, to cinch the collar, find the edge, to step into the air. This was a dramatic speaking of the climax of the poem-turned song called Knots, written by George Watsky. I have been listening and analyzing to George Watsky and his songs and lyrics for many years, and for this speech alone, I have looked at many sources, including Encyclopedia Britannica, and Eventbrite.com, two of Watsky's personal websites, and the esteemed lyrical analysis website, Genius.com. George Watsky, a slam poet turned rapper, has made it through many tragedies and has had a large influence on today's rap and poetry culture. Today, I will begin by going over Watsky's birth, childhood, and education, followed by going through his experience as a slam poet, his albums and their success, and a summary of the rap scene and its history, and how Watsky has stayed independent of that while remaining successful. Watsky's childhood was extremely influential to his poetry and rap career. Watsky was born in San Francisco on September 15, 1986. And while he himself, in an interview with USA Today, stated that his childhood was not extremely rough and he was not a member of poverty, he did not have many experiences as a child to leave San Francisco. He attended the high school of San Francisco University High, where he won the poetry contest many years in a row, which he stated in an interview, which inspired him to continue going through spoken word and go into the rap industry. Watsky's career truly began in college when he began traveling all around the nation to different colleges to perform on a tour spoken word, and eventually when he won the National Slam Poetry Competition in 2006. In an interview, Watsky stated that the average weekend for him in college was extremely busy. Every weekend that he had a show, which he said was roughly every other weekend, he would attempt to finish as much of his homework as he could the Friday night, staying up very late. Saturday, he would usually spend most of the day driving, setting up at the venue, doing the show, and then going through many interviews, followed by a long drive Sunday back to college, usually making it barely to his classes Monday morning, extremely sleep deprived. After college, Watsky managed to maintain his success throughout his career and has had many great opportunities and experiences. Watsky has done many things, including being on The Ellen Show. He had his own song on the Hamilton mixtape. He has achieved interviews all around the nation and has had articles written about him on many acclaimed websites and newspapers, including, but not limited to, Billboard.com, the Oxford University newspaper, the Lincoln Journal-Star, and even Mike.com, which is a website which posts articles about many of the top musical artists of today. Watsky has released 5 studio albums, beginning with one titled Watsky in 2009, followed by Cardboard Castles in 2013, All You Can Do in 2014, Times Infinity in 2016, and Complaint in 2019, being his most recent album. And he is actually releasing his 6th studio album later on this week, he has announced, and he is going on tour from late March to June all around the United States and Europe. In 2010, when Watsky really began his rap career, most rappers focused on stressing how much power, money they had, and using the songs as an output to show their very extravagant lifestyles as a display and as a bragging mechanism. Of course, there are a few outliers, the most famous of which is Eminem, who mainly focused on the political issues of the day and speaking about his conflicts with many other celebrities of the time. Other songs by Eminem focused on his ability to rap incredibly quickly, much like Watsky, and Eminem actually broke the world record for fastest rap song earlier this year in January with his song Godzilla from his album Music to be Murdered By. The point in which Watsky began to truly have an internet presence and active fans was in 2011 when he released his video Pale Kid Raps Fast on YouTube, which was simply a video of Watsky rapping incredibly quickly while petting his pet cat. The cat had a dual purpose in the video. First of all, it made a reference to the early age of the internet where cat videos were incredibly popular, and second of all, it proved that the video was not sped up at all due to having another living creature acting normally throughout the video. This became a recurrence in Watsky's video, where in the sequel, White Pale Kid Raps Even Faster, he had an actual goat in the room, just minding its own business. Rap has gone through many stages since 2010. Rap, according to Britannica Academia, is a musical style in which rhythmic and or rhyming speech is chanted or rapped to a musical background. This definition is very broad as it has to cover an entire genre of music, and therefore there are many interpretations of rap. Some of these are backpack rap, boom rap, and cloud rap, which focus more on the bass line and the background rather than the lyrics. And these were the most prominent rap genres when Watsky released his highly lyrically focused, more controversial album, Times Infinity, which in an article written about him on Eventbrite.com stated that even as hip-hop has evolved to include elements of rock, jazz, and orchestral arrangements, he has held true to the distinct blend of occasionally funny, often virtuistic, and always honest wordplay. In conclusion, by remaining dedicated throughout his childhood and college, working to achieve new opportunities, and making the most of all of the opportunities that were given to him, slam poet turned rapper George Watsky has found large success and is still creating music to this day. So next time you need a poetry piece for an English class or a new song to listen to, remember the name George Watsky.